Alright guys, so this Patreon request comes from Christopher Rosa, who asked me to do something with Primal, and Rosa's whole thing was do something, do anything with Primal. So I decided to kill two birds with one stone. So I decided that the Patreon request, Primal centric for Christopher Rosa, was going to be my review for Primal Season 2, which a lot of you guys are probably wondering, like, when am I gonna do talk about Primal Season 2? Like, are you going to talk about it? The answer is yes. I am absolutely 100% talking about Primal Season 2, because there was no way I wasn't going to fucking talk about it. Primal has quickly become one of my favorite animated shows. It's definitely become a series that I've really enjoyed from Gennady Tartakovsky. I think it's some of his best work. I mean, obviously it's been Emmy awarded. And now that he's getting a lot of creative control behind a lot of the Cartoon Network properties, like he's basically, like, Tartakovsky's basically becoming the Kevin Feige of Cartoon Network, which is kind of awesome. And I really hope this gets a Season 3, because he's basically said, like, he wants Season 3 to be, like, something a lot different, which is cool. Like, I really do like that. As long as it has, like, that kind of violent theme and that kind of struggle between man and his primal nature, I'm totally fine with it. So Primal Season 2 is literally the closest we will ever get to a Conan the Barbarian animated show. Which, by the way, can we just talk about, like, could you just imagine real quick, Gennady Tartakovsky presents Conan the Barbarian? Could you just, like, stop and, like, think about that? Like, if Tartakovsky did a Conan the Barbarian animated show, I feel like it'd be something like this. So this series basically follows Spear and Fang going across the sea and encountering all the other tribes of man. And yeah, it's pretty awesome. This show is a paleontologist's worst nightmare. Literally, it's a paleontologist's, like, worst nightmare come to life. But at the same time, it's like, this is like a Hanna-Barbera cartoon on like bath salts. Remember, like the Herculoids and, like, Dino Boy and Dino Boy? Do you remember those, like, kind of shows? And it had dinosaurs and humans interacting? Or actually, a better one would be Mitor. Like, imagine a cartoon like that, like something you'd see like Mitor and all of that, and gets, like, just douses itself in bath salts and just goes completely apeshit crazy. That's what you get with Primal. This show, I was kind of, like, apprehensive at the idea of putting more humans in here. I was more content with following Spear and Fang on these, like, one-and-done adventures. Like, but at the same time, I got more and more interested in it, because I was like, yeah, this is kind of cool of seeing Spear be like a stranger in a strange land alongside Fang. And I dug Mira. Like, I thought Mira was just going to be a plot device, but turns out she's pretty cool, too. That's what I was... It wasn't like, oh, they brought a woman into the show. Yeah, it wasn't like that. It was more like, I feel like Mira's just here to be a plot device. Thankfully, she was not that. She was a lot more than just a, damsel in distress. So I was really cool about that. I also really enjoyed just the animation. Just this animation is a work of fucking art, and I really hope this gets another Emmy. I hope it gets another season. I really do. Like, I honestly hope this gets another season behind it, because I would love nothing more than to see this series continue in, like, new angles. Because one episode, the Primal Theory, really made me go, huh, I kind of want to see where we go here, because the Primal Theory was just this episode that was set in the future, and it was probably the most, like, very horror theme, much like the Night Feeder, which the Night Feeder in Season 1 was a cool episode, because that one really dealt with, like, a horror theme. It actually kind of creeped me out. That one was more like, holy shit, this is really cool. Like, this is some nice horror elements, and I really hope Primal, if we get another season, goes in the more horror routes. Tartakovsky has said that if he gets a chance to do a third season, the next season will literally be, like, he said, like, one of the things that interest him is, like, he would like to do something, like, set in World War II, so I'm kind of hoping he does, like, a, like, Dinosaur Island thing, like, from DC Comics, like, kind of do the, like, the set, like, the weird war stories from the 1940s, where not make it like the DC comic Dinosaur Island, but make it like something like that, like World War II soldiers fighting dinosaurs or fighting monsters or something, and kind of really getting into that. This show continues the whole outside of just one episode, and yes, we do have native languages spoken, which, from what I understand, Tartakovsky studied, he did some homework on the root language for all these characters and all their native languages, so that's really cool. I also like that there's kind of an ambiguity to a lot of the storytelling. Like, you don't know what the huge demon is. Is it Aku? Who the fuck cares? It's awesome. It's the same thing with the Witches episode from season 1, where it's like, it tells a story, but it doesn't tell me everything, and that's okay. Like, I don't want to know the whole story. Like, that's the thing, is like, I don't, like, there's a part of me that's like, I don't care if I don't get the whole story, because, like, we're basically like Spear. We're just like, I guess I'm here now. That's the whole thing, is like, you are just along for the ride, and you are just going along with whatever wacky shit enthralls. Like, that's the big thing, is that you are just here to get caught up in just insanity. I really do love, and there's some great choreography with the action. Oh my god. I think if you were to ask me what my favorite episode is, it'd be The Red Mist. The Red Mist is probably the most bloodiest episode in here. And yeah, I don't feel bad that slavers got killed. Oh, but they're Vikings. Vikings are cool. Yeah, Vikings are cool, but they were also slave traders, so you gotta remember that. I do not feel bad about watching it. And yeah, and that's kind of the fucked up thing, is like, they're slavers, and they've murdered innocent people, but at the same time, like, watching Spear and Fang murder this family is like, kind of like, holy shit. It's just like what happened to Spear and Fang, of them losing their families to outside forces. It's kind of like a weird roundabout way, like, it's kind of all, it's what you call metaphorical. It's metaphorical. There you go. There's your Taserface reference. But still, I don't care that Spear and Fang killed not just the men, but the women and the children. They slaughtered them. They were animals, and they slaughtered them like animals. So, I really loved this show. I do hope it gets a season 3. Ever since the merger happened, I'm still like worried that and how they've been treating animation so poorly at Warner Brothers Discovery currently since the merger. I've been worried that they're just going to cancel this, even though this has won multiple Emmys, and season 2 will probably get its own share of Emmys as well. I am very curious. I'm very apprehensive, but at the same time, like, see how the way this last episode ends, it really does feel like you could just end the show now. Like, it ends on like a perfect series finale. Like, there's no like cliffhangers, and yeah, you could say like, what about the demon? What about the big demon who grabbed the Viking? I'm like, who cares? I don't care. I don't fucking care about that demon. It was just there. Like, it's the same thing with the witches. It's just there. It's just this universe. It's just how this universe operates, really. So we're just along for the ride. And again, if this show doesn't, it's not like with Tartakovsky's other work, where it's just like, either it gets canceled and then we have to wait decades for a proper series finale, or B, it gets canceled and nothing happens. So it's nice to have, if this show does get canceled, it feels like a proper end. Like, it actually feels like a very proper ending, you know what I mean? Although, like, I do hope this show does continue, though. I really do hope it does continue. It's been probably one of the highest rated. I know it's not Rick and Morty, and that's why I like it so much. It's not Rick and Morty. It's an animated show it's an adult animated show that doesn't depend on fart jokes or saying the same joke, or like, a bunch of dumb characters running around making the same joke 9 times, repeating itself to be like, oh, we said the joke 9 different ways, isn't it still funny? And also, our main character is a blue-haired scientist who doesn't care about anything, and he's so nihilistic. Isn't that so funny? And fuck you for liking anything. We're gonna make fun of it consistently and make you feel stupid for liking it, because we fucking hate you. I can't imagine. Yeah, if you guys haven't caught on yet, I've kind of dipped off of Rick and Morty as of late. If you still like it, that's fine. But personally, I've kind of dipped off from Rick and Morty. It's just so... Like, the first few seasons were kind of mean-spirited, but they've been really, like, either gross or really, really mean-spirited. So, yeah. So I really do hope that Primal gets another season, but if it doesn't, like, this is a nice way. This is like how it ended. I will admit though that the ending did kind of happen really fast. The ending did kind of like I will give it that the ending did kind of end very abruptly, and I kind of noticed that's for two of having a show, Gennady Tartakovsky show, end abruptly, because that was the same thing with how I felt about Samurai Jack's series finale, was how it just abruptly end. And yeah, but anyway, all in all, this was a really great show. I would love to see it continue, but if it doesn't, it's been a great run, and it's I feel like it's at least somewhat satisfying ending. Also, my boy Spear, despite being burnt to hell, got his rocks off. Go Spear. Anyway. So you guys tell me in the comments below, what did you guys think of Primal Season 2? Did you guys like it, hate it? Comment below, let me know. Once again, I'd like to thank Christopher Rosa for their patronage and for this request, as well as their continued assistance on my Patreon channel. And as always, if you would like to have a Patreon request done, just hit the link below, head on over to my Patreon, where you can hit the 4th tier and send me requests for either reviews or anything else on your mind for me to talk about here, within reason, mind you, but yeah. Yeah, sorry, I just spaced out. But yeah, hope you all enjoyed this, and other than that, I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.